Be quiet.
I was going to ask about the Bengals.
Patriots give up a lot of yards, ranking-wise, but red zone top 5. What switches for them inside the 20?
It's kind of, I don't know, maybe like the bend but don't break cliche. It's a great trait to have to kind of, if you give up yards to kind of, when your back's against the wall, to prevent guys from getting in the end zone, which is something that we've been good at all year long, is once we get in there, getting 6 points. So it's going to be a challenge. It'll be a good battle. We'll have to be sharp. They do a good job. They're never out of place. They're always kind of playing their assignment. They're really disciplined. So it's a good football team. It's a good defense, and we're going to have to be sharp in order to score points.
Can you take anything away from facing their scheme for 3 days?
It definitely helped out. I think going up there and getting a chance to go against them for 3 days and then obviously play against them, even though it's preseason and practice and camp and all that, I think to get a little bit of familiarity with personnel and then scheme as well. Obviously they've done stuff all throughout the year that is different, and I'm sure we'll see things that are different or that they've changed. But I think to get a little bit of familiarity. Close with that. Yeah, I never graduated, so that's good. It definitely helps out. Yeah.
Like you guys have been you personally have been very clean in the red zone too. To what do you attribute that? Is it just preparation, experience, personnel? Why have you been so clean through 17 games?
I think we talk about the importance of taking care of the ball is obviously important everywhere, but I think the stress of that once we get in the red zone is heightened a little bit. So I think that's a big emphasis, and I think we've done, I guess, as an offense, as a unit, a really good job of executing once we got down there. For whatever reason, I don't know if you could put your finger on the exact reason on why we've been so successful down there, but guys have done a good job of locking it in, and it's kind of like our third downs have been up and down all year, but the red zone is kind of one thing that's been consistent throughout the season. So I think it's just a tribute to the coaches coming up with a good plan, and then those guys locking it in, and I think finding a way to get 6 points rather than 3.
How about you personally? I mean, have you been just more locked in? Have you been better prepared? I mean, people don't, I think, appreciate that you haven't been in the league for 100 years.
Right. I think we go about it all the same. Our third down package and our third down day, which is tomorrow, will be the same type of routine that it's been all year, and it's pretty similar to what we do on Friday, which is our red zone day. You can't say that you're more locked in than you are in other situations or anything. For whatever reason, things just happen to go our way this year down there, it kind of seems like. And once that ball kind of got rolling, it just continued to go, and I think the confidence continued to grow, and it's been really good.
Do you think being here, standing here, winning a Final Four, has any redemption for some of the stuff that people have thrown at you?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't care. I look at it as, it's an incredible opportunity to continue to be able to play football at this time of year, and I think it's pretty awesome and special to be able to, share this with the group of guys we got in that locker room, because I think everybody knows it's not going to be the same group next year. Guys can go at any time, so I think to kind of enjoy, continuing to play football, obviously, for the longest that we have in a long time, and enjoy it with these guys every single day. We're one of 4 teams that gets to come out and practice, on a Wednesday today, and that's special. I mean, it's something that everybody dreams of, and it's something that everybody works towards. So for us to be able to be here and be in this position, it's pretty awesome.
What does it mean to you when your teammates are going at guys that are taking shots at you, like what Malik did?
If that type of stuff for me is big, because I don't care much, I guess, about what is said outside of our locker. What I care about is in that locker room, and those are the opinions I care about, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So when other people say stuff, or when it comes from anywhere, it doesn't bother me. But to see, guys within that locker room stand up for me and say stuff, it is pretty cool, because those are the opinions that I value, and the guys, that I want to impress and do well for. So I think anytime you get, a guy like that, to stand up is awesome, and I do the same thing for him in a heartbeat.
Obviously, a lot of people are talking about you, but it seems one social media account has your back more than anyone. Have you seen Blake Bortles' facts and gone through it? And what are your thoughts on that somebody's out there tweeting and supporting you so much, but then also putting out so much creativity?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard some of it. I think some of them are pretty funny. I'm sure they're all funny. But, I don't know. Yeah, it's awesome. I appreciate it. Blake Bortles' Twitter account facts. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You've given the offensive line credit all year long.
But is there something to, now this will be the third consecutive week that those same 5 guys will be up there, starting with Cam and all the way over to Jeremy?
Yeah, they've done a good job all year. Obviously there were some guys that rolled through there throughout the year with injuries, and they did a good job filling in. But with the group we got right now, which is the group we started with at the beginning, I think the way they've meshed and kind of gelled together throughout the season and continued to kind of build confidence and that continuity with playing with each other, they've only gotten better each and every week. Both in the run game and in the pass game, they've been awesome. I think the numbers were cut in half. I'm pretty sure from sacks a year ago, which is a huge tribute to them, as well as the wide receivers and backs and all that. But they've been unbelievable all year.
You feel that in the huddle?
Yeah. Yep, no doubt. I mean, they're a confident group of guys that they expect on every single play to get their job done and be efficient and make a positive gain out of it.
Blake mentioned earlier, Blake, that he felt like this city, if you guys were to win this weekend, would be on fire. And I'm just wondering, look, you've been through your share of lows here with a fan base, and now you're getting to enjoy it. What do you imagine it would be like here?
I don't know. I think it was pretty cool last week, to come home and have other people here in the stadium. And I'd imagine, the bigger the game, the bigger the celebration. So I'm sure it'll only continue to get better. And, I think we've gotten a chance to see a little bit of a glimpse of, how important football is to this town and how important the Jaguars are to this town. And, I think we all understand that it's been a decade or so of bad ball. So to kind of be able to bring some success here to the town and to the city, it's been cool to do that and share that with the guys on this team, and also to kind of be a part of a city and a town that, kind of all feeds off of the same thing.
The fact that you have to go through the Patriots to get to that moment, does that heighten things a little bit as well?
I don't know if it was them or if it was anybody else, if it would make a difference playing. I think playing in the AFC Championship regardless is a little special, or is pretty special. But I think when you play a team that's been there, 7 times in a row or whatever it is that they've been there, that's kind of the bar. That's, where you want to be. You want to be the team that plays in that game every single year. So I think it'll be a good test and a good challenge to kind of go against the team that, has been there on top for a while.
Any extra juice because it's Patriots?
No. I want to beat them just as bad as any of the other teams we've played this year.
There's been a lot, talk about culture change here with Coughlin and with new coach and everything. Do you sense that? Is that tangible for you? And describe.
Yeah. I think the importance put on winning, is something that wasn't necessarily, as high of a priority in the past. And I think, from the time Doug and Coughlin got here, that's all everything's been about is how can we win, as much as possible and as consistently as possible. And if we're doing anything that's not helping us win, then why are we doing it? So I think that and the discipline and structure that's kind of been implemented here has really helped out with the guys in the locker room and kind of keeping this whole thing rolling and together.
Nathaniel Hackett's been super simple.
So these are the remaining playoff starting quarterbacks. 4 teams, 4 quarterbacks. Foles, Keenum, and Bortles combined for 5 playoff starts. Tom Brady has 35. 4 playoff wins. Tom Brady has 26. 5 playoff passing touchdowns. Tom Brady has 66. And 0 Super Bowl wins.